Hi everybody, this is Bob Maxwell with iPraise, and over the past several weeks we've done a podcast message on spiritual warfare, and I mentioned going out to a family's apartment where there's demons, and we prayed over the house and prayed over the kids, and we were able to deliver the house from the demons. Through obviously the power of Christ and God. We didn't do it on our own. We were his vehicle that he used to be able to accomplish that. It's been 2 weeks now, and the family is fine. They have no more problems in the house. And so spiritual warfare is really, really real. And like I said in the message, earlier, the podcast message, that until you experience it, you don't realize how real it is. I've experienced it, and I can tell you it is real. Manny did a post the other day on a Devo about spiritual warfare and putting on the armor of God. And so we're going to talk about the different parts of the armor of God. And today we're going to start with the belt of truth. The reason that we're starting with the belt of truth is because that is, remember that Jesus used a lot of parables and told a lot of stories that the people could relate to, right? And then, so he used a lot about farming. And he used this one about putting on this armor of God every morning when we wake up, so that we're protected from the fiery arrows of the demons in the spiritual world. But the reason that the belt of truth is so important is that would be the first thing that the Roman soldiers would put on, is their belt. The belt held their large sword, the sheath of their large sword. It also held their dagger for close hand-to-hand combat. They also hung their small shield on their belt, again for close hand-to-hand combat. And they also attached the bottom of their breastplate to that belt to secure it. So if they're in a hand-to-hand combat and they were leaning back, that breastplate wouldn't lift off from away from their stomach. So by attaching it to the belt, that held that breastplate in place. So the belt is really the most important part of the Roman army's outfit that they're wearing, right? So we find this in Ephesians 6:14. Now this is out of the NIV, and it says, "Stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place." So as I explained why that's so important, well, why is that? How does that translate over to how important the belt of truth is to us as followers of Christ? So the belt of truth is the Bible, right? The Bible is the truth. And so anything that we need to know on how to live our lives, on how to run our businesses, on how to raise our families, on how to treat our spouses, on how to live in community with others, on how to be giving, how to be compassionate, right? How to overcome fear. All of these things that come against us from Satan and the demons in the spiritual world are affected by this. And so we're going to pick up in 2 Timothy 3:16 through 17. And it says, "All scripture is God-breathed, and it's useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the man of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. So today, let me encourage you, as soon as you wake up in the morning, there's going to be, if you're a follower of Christ, your soul belongs to God, right? Your soul belongs in heaven. And so Satan is going to do whatever he can to get your soul back, right? And so he does that, again, through what I was saying, through fear, through family disruptions, through problems at work, through traffic, right? And so all these different things Satan comes against us with. And so I encourage you, put on your belt of truth, which means get into the scripture. Read a couple scripture verses each day. Start out for 5 minutes and then build on that, right? Write down a scripture verse on a small card or a Post-it and then carry it with you throughout the day. And when you have time or a little break or whatever, read that scripture again. But get the scripture down in your soul so that when those fiery arrows come at us, we're totally equipped. And how do we do that? By speaking out the truth. Remember that when Jesus was tempted in the desert, Satan actually even used scripture to tempt Jesus. But each time Jesus came back, rebuked Satan and what he said, and then spoke the truth. And that truth was scripture verses, right, from the Old Testament. So be strong today, all right? Put on that belt of truth, get on that armor, and be a strong follower. Be in battle today for Jesus. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye.